Hello and welcome back to my Samurai Jack Retrospective. I'm your host, That Minnesotan Guy. Now, in the last episode, I forgot to mention that Jack was voiced by none other than the great Phil LaMarr.
For those of you who don't know, Phil LaMarr is a highly talented voice actor who has made a name for himself in the animation industry. I mostly know him for voicing Jon Stewart, aka Green Lantern, Samurai Jack, Virgil Hawkins, aka Static, and countless other characters.
Now with that out of the way, I will move on to the topic of today's video. So let us continue with Samurai Jack, Episode 4, Jack, the Woolies, and the Chritchellites.
Yes, I will be saying the word Chritchellites throughout this episode, unlike other YouTubers who apparently have a problem with saying that word. We open with Jack setting up a trap using vines and a carrot.
You know, why is it I always get cravings for ham sandwiches whenever I see pigs?
A large creature then drags Jack along with him.
Here's some useful advice for you all. Don't attach a rope to yourself in order to catch your prey. I'm warning you, injuries can follow from this stunt if you ever try it at home. Just saying.
Jack pulls himself and climbs onto the creature's back. He then creates a lasso and stops the creature before it falls off of a cliff.
For some reason, when I was a kid, I always thought that the music in this scene sounded similar to a piece of music from the premiere movie. Oh! What's that? You don't believe me? I think you will, and I know how. I'll play the two music pieces for you, and then you'll see what I'm getting at.
Anyway, the pursuers of the creature catch up and start shocking it.
Not a bad job with the beast, I guess. We must celebrate its capture. Come back to our village with us.
Well, I have not eaten in days. I suppose no harm could come of it?
These little guys are known as the Chritchellites. The creature they were chasing after was called a Woolie. Now I want you to keep these names in mind because more will be revealed about what is really going on.
The Chritchellites explained that the land was once a barren wasteland and that their ancestors worked hard to make it what it is today. They claimed that the Woolies once roamed wild and threatened their survival. The Chritchellites managed to tame the Woolies and now provide them shelter.
Right.
Upon arrival, we see the work that the Woolies have to go through. The captured Woolie gets imprisoned and gives a rather sad look.
I can tell that something's not right. And you know, I'm actually feeling bad for the Woolies at this very moment. Nonetheless, I feel that the way the Woolies are being shown is a great way for the audience to care about them. Also, think about this. Have you ever seen an animal give off that kind of look as it is being led into a cage? Well, I certainly have. If I ever get a dog, I'll make sure that it doesn't go through that kind of treatment.
At the feast, the Chritchellites mingle about collectibles, and Jack is given a very hot drink.
Now, when I was a kid, I always thought that Jack was drinking milk out of that cup. And you know, after I'm done with this review, I think I'm going to go drink me some nice chocolate milk myself.
Jack then grabs some fruit, and the Woolies are forced to put on a show for the Chritchellites. Jack then observes how harsh the Woolies are treated.
Not really. It's no different than the way you humans treat, what do you call them? Horses?
Later on, Jack decides to visit the captured Woolie and tells it that he won't do anything wrong.
You are not so bad, are you, big fella?
If only my family's pet bird would give me the same treatment. Greedy little bugger.
Help me.
The Chritchellites then state something about mind control before dragging Jack away.
Alright now, y'all ready for a crazy dream? 'Cause you're about to get one in 3, 2, 1.
Help me.
Everybody got that? Good!
Jack heads over to check up on the Woolie.
Free me. All can be explained.
Using stealth, Jack and the Woolie arrive at a large gate.
Come to think of it, I think I might try that on the home where my enemies live.
Jack is shocked to find that this is where the Woolies are kept at night. The Woolie tells him to ascend some stairs, and Jack meets the leader of the Woolies.
I am Lazor, the eldest of Woolies.
Lazor explains that the Woolies created a society that proved to be great without the need for technology. The Chritchellites then invaded from the sky. The Woolies attempted to defend themselves, but the Chritchellites enslaved them using an object called the Orb. Lazor fears that his people will fade into obscurity if the Chritchellites aren't stopped.
Will you help us?
I will.
I told you to keep these names in mind. This montage is great because I believe it to be an effective payoff for the build-up that was presented to us. You could tell something wasn't right from the start, and truth be told, I've been satisfied with all of these details.
Shh. Stay here.
Jack makes his way up, and the visual detail of how high the orb is really gives off just how tall the structure is. Unfortunately, the Woolie slips and awakens the Chritchellites.
Halt, you beast! There is no escape.
It turns out that this was a trick, and the Woolie is freed of his bonds. Jack and the Woolie fight back, but the numbers of the Chritchellites prove to be too great.
It is time.
The other Woolies arrive, and this gives Jack the opportunity to finally destroy the orb.
Hey, they're going for the orb. Don't let them reach the orb.
The Woolie gets shocked and says he is too weak.
Well, at least the Woolie is alright, even though he looks badly burned.
With their bonds now broken, the Woolies drive the Chritchellites back into space.
They may be gone, but what did we learn from Independence Day Resurgence, everyone? That's right, alien forces can come back with an even tougher battle fleet.
Lazor thanks Jack for his noble deed and asks him if there is anything that he seeks.
There is one thing that I quest for.
Yes.
Lazor then tells Jack to travel north.
So that was Jack, the Woolies, and the Chritchellites. Now, to be fair, it was a pretty good episode. The pacing is good, the story is good, and it's nice to see Jack continuing to help those who are in desperate help. The eerie dream is probably my favorite part of the episode, and something about the atmosphere in that scene gives off a really weird vibe to me. Now, are there any flaws with this episode? Well, I don't think so. Join me next time when I review Episode 5. Now just remember, folks, I don't do this show for praise, recognition, approval, or anything like that. I do it because I want to. I'm That Minnesotan Guy, bringing you all quality entertainment since 1996. Or is it 1986? I don't know. I'll see y'all next time.